Don't judge me for eating dinner in bed. Hubby made this broccoli spicy tonight. It's good though. What are y'all doing? Let's catch up. I missed y'all last night, and I was like, Thursday has been a better day for me to go live lately. But honestly, life has just been crazy. I'm in the process of trying to edit my next few vlogs so y'all can be caught up on what's been going on and get like an overview. I did get a new video out today, so definitely check that out. But I'm so behind on my footage because life started really getting crazy, and I ain't had time to really do much at all. Hey, fight the urge as best as you can, D. I know it's hard. Hey, Rachel, how are you? Yes, champagne. Have a sip for me. I'm sipping some Sprite and some water, and I'm eating salmon and broccoli. I think I've had enough junk today. Um, between today and yesterday. I don't want to tell y'all how much chocolate and cookies and donuts I've had this week. But this is my second day eating salmon for dinner, so there's balance. You know, I ate the crap during the day, and now I'm trying to eat healthy at night. Y'all, life has been crazy. I'm working on editing the first vlog now so y'all can see everything that happened. But I'm hoping that I'm on the tail end of everything because it's just been a lot. And I feel like I disappeared because I wasn't even able to edit any videos and posts for like almost 2 weeks. But I did go live. So um last week I went live for a little bit. I remember I was so tired. I don't think we stayed on for more than like 30 minutes. How have y'all been doing though? How was your Valentine's Day if you celebrated? Life is crazy over here too, girl. I haven't made a live in forever. I know, but it's okay. Girl, I appreciate you being here tonight. If your life had gotten crazy like mine, I definitely understand. If it wasn't one thing, it was another, and then it was something else. It was like we went on a trip, we came back, and the day we got back, or the next day after we got back, everything just started going downhill. So I will be posting videos because I was vlogging, but I never got around to editing. So I'm gonna try to catch up on editing this weekend because I don't have any plans aside from Side's basketball game. Thank you though. Back to back shenanigans is right. And I feel like I was just recovering from January's shenanigans, just for February to come out and be worse. So I was telling somebody earlier today, I hope March is a better month because January and February have been a little bit much. Even with me going on a trip, I'm grateful I was able to go on a trip, but I need a redo. We will be okay. Yes, we will be okay. God will get us through it, but it feels heavy when it's a lot going on, back to back. And I think it's a reminder to stay grounded in your beliefs and persevere and get through whatever you're going through, but it doesn't stop it from feeling heavy at the time. My cup definitely had felt empty though, to a point where I wasn't really responding to people like I usually do, like fast. People would text me and then I don't get back to them until several hours later. And then I was coming home every day tired. Some nights I was tired but couldn't sleep, but mentally just drained. And then other days I was just tired. And then I got sick, which I'm feeling better now, but I got like really sick. I had a terrible cold and I had no energy and it was just a lot going on. This week has been better so far. We've had some hiccups, but it's been a better week. So hopefully we'll look up here from here. I've had some unexpected expenses come up, unexpected repairs. If y'all were on last week, I told y'all my husband's car died. Y'all will get a whole vlog about all of that. Cause yeah, it was just a lot. But did y'all do anything for Valentine's Day? I did not. Life was life and yesterday too. But I had a good day. Like I woke up, I surprised Des and Saya with little gifts. There is no vlog for this, so I'm just telling y'all. Um and that was really exciting, like doing something nice for them both. And then I went to work and work was fun. Everybody had on their pink and red and we just had a great time and then it got stressful and then I went home and it was some things that happened and it was kind of unexpected, um like car issues again, believe it or not. So it kind of impacted our Valentine's Day. It's always the car. I know. I know. My goal anyway this spring is to get some maintenance done on my car. Um, because now that my car is paid off, I want to make sure that I'm taking care of it so I don't end up having to get a new one. Um, so I plan on getting an alignment on the car I drive as well as getting new tires because I feel like, especially when we were sharing the car and all riding together, I put a lot of wear and tear on my car between returning to office and then just having to drive, myself to work, Des to work, side of school for a few weeks. So in a few weeks, I plan on like going to get my car looked at by a mechanic and just having them diagnose and let me know if there's anything else wrong. But I do know I need an alignment and my tires balanced. So I want to go get new tires and get them balanced. And then I just want to make sure, like, excuse me, because I've put over 50,000 miles on my car since I got it in 2018. So just making sure, like, if it's time for me to get my brakes done or if it's anything else that's needing to be done on the car, getting that done so that I don't end up causing more damage to it. And then I damaged my door like the first week into having my car because I backed into this like cement pole in a parking deck. And instead of calling my insurance so they could fix it, I didn't want my insurance to go up, so I didn't. And it still like doesn't work to this day. So I want to really um, see if I can get a body repair done on it so that I can use my door again because that door doesn't open anymore. Of course, you can climb into the front seat and ride if you want, but for safety reasons, I do want to get that fixed. And I'm considering maybe like in addition to getting the door swapped out, if they want to like repaint the car. There was this guy who hit my car 2 years ago. He hit it while it was parked in a parking lot at a Kroger. We were out in Clayton County and the plaza had a Kroger, a Dollar Tree, and a pizza place and a Chinese restaurant. Excuse me. And I remember he sat there and waited for us to tell us that he headed trying to go in and get his pizza. And I didn't call the police, and he was supposed to like message me and we were going to work out him repairing it. And I kind of took a while to get a quote because I didn't really know what to do. And I think life was just lifing at that time. And I really didn't have time to keep going back and forth. So really, I just ended up letting the guy slide. I didn't call the police because he asked me not to because he was driving without his license and he would have went to jail. And I was just like, you know what, whatever. So now I kind of want to put into my car and get all that stuff fixed, which, you know, it probably would be a couple $1,000 to be honest, which is kind of like, do I want to put that into a car that is not even going to be worth 3 or 4 thousand after I put another 10 or 20,000 miles on it because it's a Versa note. But yeah, let's see. Try Morrison Auto Corp. I think they have locations in Atlanta. Okay, I will look into them. Girl, car issues are so annoying. I had that last year. Yeah, and then I've had car issues back to back this year. Like in January, I think my heat went out. Excuse me, and I ended up getting that repaired because it was really cold. And now it's not that cold anymore, but the sensor that made my heat stop working would have also made my air stop working. So I didn't want to not have air in the summer either. So I paid for that, and that was almost $500 to repair. And then my husband's car died, and that was unexpected. And we got some information from the mechanic that we had it towed to, and it was a lot of expensive problems. Like the engine is gone, the radiator is gone, the transmission is gone. Like it literally died. It wasn't something simple. And if you know, you know, like I've paid to have a transmission replaced on a previous car years ago, and that was like $1,700 at the time. So paying to get your engine rebuilt, paying to get your transmission redone, paying to get a radiator, like by the time you do all that, you might as well go buy another used car or get you a new one because that's thousands of dollars. And my husband's car was older, so the mechanic was telling him when he was telling, we were asking, well, can you get, let us know, give us a quote on, excuse me, how much the repairs would be. The guy, he told us straight up, I recommend you get a new car. That's what he said. So the last few weeks we had been sharing one car. Hey Quana, we had been looking for used cars, and it has just been a lot. And I already felt limited on time as it was, but that really made me limited on time because y'all know Saya started doing sports and he had practice. Then we started doing 2 days a week for basketball instead of one. Then my husband signed up to coach baseball, and now baseball practice is starting. It started this week. So now it was like, okay, we got to figure out this car situation because my husband is coaching baseball in one place and he's assistant coaching basketball. But because he's an assistant coach and he came on like after the fact, he don't have to go to those practices if he has baseball commitment because he's actually the official head coach for his team for baseball. He's not the head coach for basketball. So if he has a practice on the same day, then he's gonna have to pick baseball over basketball. So I say all that to say that was just a lot. Like having to take Josiah to school, take him to work, take me to work, come back, pick him up from work, pick Saya up from school, go to these different practices. I wasn't making it to the gym. I was tired when I was getting home. Not to mention, like, one of us was late to something at least every like week for at some point because it's just a lot. And even with us getting up earlier or whatever, like it was still just a lot of mishaps and stuff. And that was really stressful. Um, and so we're at a different place in it now. Like I said, I will be posting vlogs so y'all can see um what we've been dealing with. And this all happened literally after we got back from our trip, which I just posted a vlog for the trip because I finally was able to get that done and get that edited. So now I'm in the process of editing the first vlog where my husband's car died. And then I think I have 2 additional vlogs, which the 2 additional vlogs will probably show y'all our experience sharing a car, and then our experience looking for cars and test driving cars and trying to figure out what we wanted to do. And ultimately what we landed on was trying to pick something that we could purchase outright, um and something that is a solution that works for us in the present. I don't think it's going to be our forever, car, but I do think it's going to work for what we need in this present moment, and we definitely need 2 cars. Like, yes, sharing would save on insurance and gas and things like that. But when you have 2 people with 2 busy schedules that want to do 2 separate things, we need 2 separate vehicles. And we don't work together at the same place. So we have to be on different sides of town. And it's just a lot. Like, I have to be at work at a certain time. It's different than the time he has to be at work. Some days I finish up early, some days he finishes up early. When you're carpooling, you end up having to get places early or late or both. And you can't move when you want to move because you have to consider the other person. It can be a lot. It can work, and we made it work because we had no choice, but it's not ideal long term, and it can create stress because you're doing everything together. And I think space is very important. And I think also, just like for me, I realized very quickly losing my gym time was not helpful for me and my mental health, because the gym is what helps me to de-stress, and the gym is also what helps me to release after a long day at work. And so, because my husband is coaching, Josiah's doing sports, his practices were taking the place of my gym time, and now we're all sharing a car. I felt myself falling into like old habits again, not eating healthy, emotional eating, and just being tired. Like, I'm just coming home, eating something real quick, and going to bed. And I got sick. So when I got sick, I didn't go to the gym either because I didn't want to get anybody else sick. So next week, I'm actually looking forward to it because Josiah is out of school. And so what I want to do is try to make it to the gym at least 3, if not 4 times next week, since I won't have as many practices. Like, one of his basketball practices will be canceled because the school is closed. And then I'm not sure if they're going to have baseball practice because the whole county is on fall break. So since they don't have, or winter break or whatever break, they get a whole week out. So because of that, I'm going to try to reclaim my time next week and go to the gym every day after work if I can, because I think that'll help me reset. And in the meantime, I've been trying to do better with diet. So this is an empty paper plate now, but it was salmon and broccoli. That's what I ate for dinner. I ate that for dinner yesterday too. But I've been eating bad foods. I've been snacking more. I've been eating chips, donuts, cookies, all kinds of stuff, especially at work. Like, I had food today, yesterday, the day before. Like, they just keep bringing stuff, and I'm not doing good, especially under stress. And I've been stressed out by work, and I've been stressed out personally at the same time. So it's just been very heavy. With work, it's just been like a lot of projects that I'm supporting all at the same time, and a lot of deadlines and stuff. And just feeling like, I'm not having enough time to get everything done. And then on top of that, I'm balancing all this family stuff at the same time. It was just a lot. Like, literally coming home tired with a headache, stressed out every day, and just kind of feeling like it's the same thing every day. And then the weekend was stressful because we were running around trying to look at cars and find one. And then Saya had a game to go to. It was just a lot. So I didn't have time to do things that I wanted to do like that. Now, I did get my hair braided in the midst of this, but I also took Josiah with me. So he got his hair braided, which he needed his hair braided. It had been a moment. But I had took his hair down, washed his hair, took my old style down, washed my hair, and then we both got our hair done on a Sunday. But it wasn't relaxing because we went together. So when I was getting mine done, Josiah was talking too much. This week I did treat myself. I went and got my eyebrows waxed. I got my nails and toes done, and that was something I did for me. And honestly, I did it because I was like, you know what? Des is here helping coach basketball today. That this was earlier this week before Valentine's Day. And I've been needing my toes done. I'm gonna go get my nails done. I'm actually really glad I did that for myself because it allowed me some time by myself to do something for me without having to bring Des or Josiah with me. And so it was nice to exercise that self-care. But before then, I just felt like in a way I put myself on the back burner trying to be helpful to everybody else and trying to be there for everybody else, whether it's professionally or within family. And so now I'm just looking forward to getting back to like my goals and working on my own things so that I don't fall off track. I weighed in earlier this week and I had lost a few ounces, but I've also gained 10 total pounds since last year. So I'm really glad to know that I haven't gained too much weight because I thought like with all the snacking and the extra donuts and the cookies and things like that I wouldn't normally be eating, that I would have put on more weight, but I've actually maintained the weight gain that I had from last year. I just haven't lost a lot. So I'm gonna try to focus for the next few months on trying to get that extra weight off. And so that's why I'm saying it's gonna be important for me to try to get back in the gym regularly. And understand like some practices I'm gonna have to miss so I can still go to the gym. Or, when it starts to warm up, baseball practices are outside. I can go and walk in the park where they're playing for practice to get exercise in lieu of not doing anything at all. Because those practices are going to be twice a week. And the difference is with basketball, Josiah was only practicing really one day a week for most of the season. They just started adding a second practice, and basketball is almost over. So I know that was a mouthful and probably a lot of words that y'all wasn't even asking me for, but I just wanted to share. That's kind of what's been going on with me and kind of why I haven't been as active on my channel. But I'm about to start posting more again. And I have some stuff that I scheduled to go out on the shorts, and then I'm gonna start getting the long videos out again too. I just started refocusing on weight loss today. That's good. It's good to let it out. Thank you, Rachel. I'm proud of you, D. What made you stop focusing on it? Because I know you had lost a good bit of weight and you had been really tracking it and monitoring yourself. I feel like I need to start tomorrow. Like maybe I can like work out first thing in the morning and then, try to eat healthy. Make it to the gym Saturday, maybe go Sunday. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, D. Consider your free therapist, except we don't give advice. You just nod and listen. I almost missed this live. Glad I slid in. Definitely restarted my weight loss journey. Hey, Brandy. Thank you for sliding in. How's things going? I gotta restart mine. I feel like I fell off, but it's because life was kicking my ass. I really like I hate to say that, but I didn't have time. I really didn't. I'm not a morning person. But then it's also like if you going to bed at 12, how are you gonna get up at 6 and go work out for an hour? Or 5 a.m. Because it would have to be 5 a.m. Like if you going to bed so late because you're so tired, you're not gonna want to get up at 6 a.m. Like I would love to be one of those moms who had a schedule where I woke up at like 6 every day and I made breakfast and made sure I ate something healthy before I left the house or made a smoothie, and then I head into work and I leave every day, before 5 o'clock, and I head home and I get the kids and I'm done with driving and commuting before 7, and then I have time to spend time with my child every day, and then I tuck him in at an early time, and then I have some me time every night for about an hour to 3 hours, and then I go to bed before midnight and do it again. But that's just not realistic. Like even when we were going to the gym before all the sports and stuff started, a lot of times we wouldn't be getting home and settled until about 8:30ish. And then we wouldn't be done with eating dinner and wrapping up homework and what you wearing to school tomorrow and all that good stuff until about 9:30, 10 o'clock. So then that leaves between 10 o'clock p.m. and midnight to go to sleep. And as you can see right now, it's what time is it? 10:30 almost Eastern time. I'm talking to y'all. But if I wasn't talking to y'all, I still wouldn't be asleep. And every day we're winding down around this time, and it takes more than an hour to get sleepy. And as crazy as it sounds, like when I'm tired in traffic going to work, or when I'm at work and I'm feeling tired because I didn't get enough sleep the night before or whatever, I feel tired. But then the moment that I'm trying to go to bed, I cannot sleep. And last night I I had to leave the office because I had to come and figure out well, I left the office because I was trying to avoid traffic because I got stuck in traffic Wednesday or Tuesday, and I didn't want to get stuck in traffic yesterday because it was Valentine's Day. And I was in a really good mood. Like, I posted that short in the morning and I was like, "Happy Valentine's Day, y'all. I love y'all. Love yourself," and all that good stuff. And then, like, I just, I wanted to keep that good feeling of just being in a positive place. And I wanted to be able to at least like spend some time with Des and Josiah, even if we didn't do anything but like watch TV together. Like, I just wanted to do that for Valentine's Day. And unfortunately, like, I was stressed out about a project I was working on. So when I got home, I was working on that, but then we had a car emergency. My husband was driving and the tire just came off as he was driving. And luckily he was not hurt. The car was not damaged or anything like that, but of course that created a whole rift. And so, like, we had to figure out how to get him roadside assistance, get the car towed. Then we got to figure out, well, why is the wheel coming off of a car? Which, again, y'all will see this and it'll be in videos because I've been documenting everything. So, long story short, Valentine's Day was spent doing that. And so now we're here and it's Thursday. And I'm just ready for the weekend. I'm grateful that, I think our problem is solved. We'll see. I don't want to spoil it because I'm going to let y'all watch it. But literally, I feel like life just spiraled. If it wasn't one thing, it was another. As soon as we thought we had one solution, it was another. And then, like, trying to find a used cash car is a lot of work. I'll be posting a few shorts of some of the cars we saw. Some were really nice, some were not. Excuse me. We shopped on Craigslist, OfferUp, Facebook Marketplace. The mechanic we go to had a mechanic that worked, like, it's a mechanic shop we go to. One of the mechanics was trying to sell us a car. Excuse me. And we were interested in it, but he didn't have a title available. And I'm not gonna, entertain anyone that's trying to sell us a car with no title. So that was just a thing. And then just like, parents telling us what they think we should do, but nobody offering to help us. You know what I mean? Other than their suggestions. And that's tough too. Like, when you're an adult and you're dealing with tough things and you're kind of like on this island by yourself. Hey, Lissa. Thank you. Thank you so much. Um, the externship is great, but I'm wore out. Oh, I forgot what it was like being on my feet for 8 hours. I meal plan and meal prep, but what the people in the office always have smells good and I cave in. What kind of stuff they be having, girl? To eat out, ordering lunch with them. Yeah, that's the pressure of being in office. That happens to me too. We have a cafeteria at my job and a lot of my coworkers will eat downstairs. I don't really love the food, but I do have one thing that I like. It's like a it's like a taco bowl. Like, the shell is like a deep fried tortilla and it has like rice and meat and it's good. Like, that's my go-to thing when I eat there. But because I'm trying not to spend so much money, I always try to bring my lunch. And of course, sometimes there's days where we'll have lunch provided. Like today, we actually had an event at work for one of my coworkers who's expecting their first child. So we ate lunch because there was food there. So I didn't bring my lunch today. But typically, like how I showed y'all where I meal prep food, I'll make a rice bowl at home and bring it in. And it saves me so much money because some of my coworkers literally spend $6 to $9 or more downstairs or ordering food every day. And so, like, I don't want to incur that expense of eating out every day. But I do understand that pressure. For me, the peer pressure comes in with the free stuff. Because one thing about me, I don't turn down free stuff, except when I'm cutting and I'm doing really, really good. And because I had been in a stressful mindset, like I wasn't really worried about it. And one thing about me as well, when I have a good workout, it'll push me to want to eat right. But because I had been missing my workouts, like literally only making it to the gym once a week when I'm used to going 3 or 4 times a week, it was much easier to be like, "Oh yeah, I'll have Krispy Kreme. Oh yeah, I'll have some chocolates." Like Valentine's Day, they had Krispy Kreme heartfelt donuts and cookies with glaze on them, and one of my coworkers baked me cookies. Like everybody was giving away sweets, whether it was something like a donut, a cookie, or just Valentine's Day cards with candy in them. Like we were like little kids. Like it was great. Like it was great vibes. And I'm really glad I had such a love-filled day at work because like the stress was on 10 later yesterday evening for me and Des, but because of the car thing. But it's like the office is like that, period. Like I said, today we had a baby shower, and then like last week we had another event where they provided food. Like there's always food. There was some sort of food every day that I went in there this week, whether it was chips, popcorn, like a parfait, like just it's hard. You have to be disciplined. And sometimes I bring my own snacks from home and I still give in and eat something that somebody brought. Those cookies in our cafeteria are so good, y'all. But that's probably why I'm not making any progress. I weighed in and I had lost like 0.2 ounces. But I was grateful because I thought I was gonna step on there and see that I gained 10 pounds because I have not been doing my best. I'm drinking a soda right now, but Sprite helps me with like burping and stuff when I've had fried food. Which I ate salmon before I got on here. Desmond made salmon and broccoli. And that's what I ate for dinner yesterday, but I've been eating crazy all day. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm not even gonna lie. How you doing, Lissa? Has your week gotten better? Also, y'all, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button as you are watching, even if you just passing by. That way they know that y'all are enjoying tuning in. Thank you. How is your week going? What y'all doing this weekend? Anybody got any fun plans? I don't know. I feel like I deserve to do something fun. But I also feel like I need to be wise with funds at the same time. If that makes sense. As crazy as that sounds. It's also not a recurring pay week for me. So I feel like I need to sit my tail down somewhere and be frugal. But we were invited to a birthday party on Saturday, so we may go do that. Um, the week has been, oh no, I'm sorry to hear that work wise, but I'm making it through. My birthday is next week on the 22nd, so I'm excited for that. Oh my gosh, 31, right? What are you doing for your birthday? You should be super excited. Are you taking some time off from work? Are you traveling? If you told me already and I forgot, I'm sorry. Tell me again. Have thought about starting a weight loss healthy eating accountability group on Facebook? Hmm. I have. And then I was like, no, that's probably too much work. I can see it happening. That's another thing. I'm an admin in a group, and I typically be on top of scheduling the posts for the people to do stuff. And I got so like busy with my life, I haven't even scheduled posts for that group. And I was the only one doing it, even though I don't participate in the activities like that. Like I was the person who was supposed to be like scheduling those activities. And I just realized earlier this week, somebody was like, no more threads. What's going on? I was like, oh shoot, that was me. But in my defense, it's like 3 other ladies that help admin that group with me, and they have not been scheduling nothing. They've not been scheduling nothing. So right now, I would say I don't feel like I have the bandwidth to do it, but I wouldn't be opposed to creating an accountability chat, especially because Facebook has that feature where you can create a group chat where it's like a text thread where you can text in real time. But I think it would be cool. Like we can set it up, we can post our social media handles, and we can put our goals on there and talk about what we want to accomplish together, and post pictures of our food or our workouts. People can post their Apple Watch selfies and all that. There's a group that I'm in. It's called Snatched Gang. I'm a founding member of that group. I've been in that group since Olivia Patrice started it. But I stopped really participating in the group. I'm still a member, but I stopped participating in the group because um for 2 reasons. For one, I feel like because the group has grown so much, it's changed a lot from what it used to be. Like when it was a smaller community, I feel like it was a little bit more like encouraging and just more collective, like people trying to encourage natural weight loss. Now it's more of a mixed community where you have people who have gotten weight loss surgeries or cosmetic surgeries or both. And then you have people who have lost weight naturally. They're all in the group together. And I feel like it's nothing wrong with getting weight loss surgery, and there's nothing wrong with getting cosmetic surgery if that's what you choose. But I do feel like there should be a space for people who have had weight loss surgery and for those who've had cosmetic surgery to connect, because their goals and their questions are a little bit different than those of us who do not choose to do that route. It's not to say that you can't still share your milestones and stuff, but it can be a little bit hard to relate to when you know that you're not gonna get weight loss surgery. And so you're sitting here watching people say, I've lost 100 pounds. I had weight loss surgery in June of 2020, and I had a BBL in August of 2021. And I got a tummy tuck in September of 2022. And now I'm 100 pounds down. It's like, yeah, you're 100 pounds down. And you probably did lose that weight naturally so you could qualify for your surgery and all that. But because you've had fat loss removed from surgery, your journey is going to look very different than my journey, where I've not taken any weight loss medication. I've not had any sort of assistance surgically with losing weight, and I'm trying to do it through diet, exercise, and vitamins, which I've not really been taking any vitamins except for zinc for immune system boosting. And I take emergency because since I've returned to office, someone is always sick. And so I'm trying to take it because when I got really sick earlier this month, I felt terrible. So I'm trying to make sure I'm keeping my vitamin C up to help protect my immune system. In addition to trying to eat, lemons, limes, oranges, and fruit, because citrus help with that as well. But I say all that to say, like, again, I'm not bashing anyone who's had cosmetic surgery. I've said I would get a tummy tuck as well and a breast reduction. So I'm not talking about that. But what happens is sometimes the folks who've had surgery, when they post, they end up taking over like the attention, and the algorithm then posts to you more people who've done that route. And when you go through the post, now you get questions from people, "Ooh, who's your doctor? Where'd you go to? Blah, blah, blah." And that's not relevant for me. I want to talk to the people who, you know, they've had a C-section or something like I have, and they're showing how they naturally reduce their C-section. Or I tend to follow and cling to individual pages of people who have lost weight naturally, and then maybe after they lost the weight naturally, they then went and got surgery or something like that. But not people who are just trying to quickly look like they are snatched to any extent. So I don't know why I brought that up, but I guess I brought it up to say, like, if I created a community, I would want it to be a safe space, something intimate and close, where it didn't grow too big, so that I could still keep my wraps on it, and people can really share realistic things about their journey and go at their own pace. So I don't know if anything I said makes sense, but I used to love that group, and now I just like the group. You know, I browse in it every now and then. I see people who've lost weight, and if you look good, you look good, surgery or not. I give people their flowers, but I get more motivated by the real people who lose weight. It's a few moms I follow on Instagram and Facebook, because I be following random people on Facebook all the time, but who've lost weight naturally as well. And they show the good, bad, and the ugly. Like, it's this one mama, and she is a bad girl, okay? She live in the same city I live in, and I met her in real life, but she's an influencer, and she has a big following on Facebook, and she has Instagram and stuff too. She just had her baby 5 months ago, and sis looks amazing. She was working out her whole pregnancy, and she has 2 kids. And like, I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I'm gonna be you when I grow up." She worked out her whole pregnancy. She lifts weights, and she like has a postpartum training. Her Instagram is Fit by Ray, I think. I'm gonna find it and I'm gonna try to link it in the live. But she's somebody I really, really admire, because she shows the good, bad, and ugly of fitness. And she shows you, like, yes, I still have a stomach, I still have marks from having the baby, but this is what you can achieve naturally by working out and lifting weights. And it's real. Like, that's the type of people I like to see, because it's like, okay, that makes me feel like that's obtainable for somebody like me. Like I said, I'm not to say I would never get a tummy tuck, but I'm not interested in one right now because I'm not done having kids. But I would still want to lose as much weight as I could lose naturally before I went that route. And so the more people that look like me that want to do it with less help is going to motivate me more so than people who are just going to go lay on the table as soon as possible. So yeah. Sorry, I was reading. Oh no, it's okay. That's fine. I think that's good. You're gonna develop her little mind to be a strong reader. Keep up the great work, D. I feel like something good is happening for you and your family. That's why things keep happening back to back. I sure hope so, Quana, because girl, life been kicking my booty. Do you ever share your weight loss achievements and people tell you, "Oh, you look fine, stop complaining"? Like, I gained 50 pounds in the last 2 years, and people close to me say I'm being dramatic, upset for wanting to lose weight. Yes, I've heard that before. But I don't understand it from the perspective of you, because you're smaller. So I would say, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean it like, I bet it's more annoying for you than it is for me, because I'm plus size and I've been plus size. But for you, you're a smaller girl. So for you, 50 pounds makes you thick. So somebody that might be bigger than you, or somebody that may just be, they might think you look good in the weight. They'll probably be like, "Oh, girl, stop complaining. Stop complaining. You look fine." Because I have friends that are smaller than me that will say the same thing, and I have to be mindful. Like, just because you're 160 and I'm 240 and I want to be 180, 160 may be big for you, and it's just a number I'm throwing out there as an example. If you're used to being 140, that 160 is big to you. You know, you don't want to be 160 because you feel like that's too big for you. Like you used to be in your 140. Or like for people who have been 180, when they get to 210, they're like, oh, okay, I done gained 40 pounds. I need to get back down to 175, 180. So I understand what you're saying. It does not make you ungrateful or dramatic. Like you want to be at the weight that's comfortable for you and what you're used to being. And I think sometimes after we have kids, we get thicker than we want to be. And people be like, oh, that weight looks good on you. Excuse my messy house. Because yes, the house has been messy. My laptop is about to die, so I'm getting my charger. No, you're not being dramatic. And it is frustrating when people say you look fine. I've heard people tell me, like, oh, you carry your weight well. When I tell them the number, I wouldn't have thought you weighed that amount. I'm like, yeah, I carry the weight well, but I don't want to carry the weight well. I still need to lose the weight I need to lose. So I definitely understand. And I've been struggling to get back down to the weight I want to be for some time now. Ooh, y'all, I'm all over the place. Ah, hold on one second. Let me plug this charger in. Like, I have a friend, she's much smaller than me, and she's been saying that. And I was like, girl, you look fine. And then she showed me a picture of how small she used to be. And I realized why she's not happy with where she is. What looks good to me, for me, is not what looks good to her for her. And vice versa. So, but like I said, sometimes when you are not plus size, people just be like, girl, you look fine. Shut up. Hey, ladies of the chat. Hey, Mo. Yes, you can. Hey, girl. Yeah, some people carry their weight well, and people don't realize you can look good but be unhealthy. Exactly. I do think I carry my weight well when I'm not bloated. But I feel like I got a lot of extra weight in my belly right now because my diet has been terrible. So yeah. You're not alone, Brandy. What looks good to others don't always correlate to what feels well for that person too, because I'm guilty of telling smaller people you look fine too. I've said it. Like I said, my friend, she's really small, like, probably like she's shorter than me. I'm like 5'3.5" or something like that. My doctor records say I'm 5'2.5", but I don't think I'm 5'2" because I'm pretty sure I'm like 5'3". But my friend is like shorter than me, maybe like 5 feet. And she's not big at all. She's probably like a size 6, 7, 8 or something like that. But she's been trying to lose some weight or whatever. And I think sometimes also her mom makes comments about her weight and stuff too. So that makes her conscious about her weight. But like I've said to her, like, you look fine. Like, I understand if you want to tone up or whatever, but like you're a good weight. Like, I don't understand, But at the same time, like when I saw her showing me like an older picture of herself when she was like, I don't know, 115, 120, it made me realize, like, okay, you trying to get back to like a really smaller size. Like if you're a size 8, maybe you want to be a size 4 or a size 6 again. Like I said, everybody is different. For me, I just kind of want to be mid-size again. Before I had Josiah, I used to sit between size 12 and 14. And I think that was a comfortable and cute weight on me. And I feel like ever since I had him and I got married, I've not been smaller than a size 16. And I've been struggling to get this weight off. And I got close when I got sick with COVID and I had got down to like 233. And then last year, I had got back down to like 236, 237. I was really close, but I don't know. I think some stress started happening in October, and then I started to kind of spiral. And I messed up my progress. So I ended up gaining some weight back. So now I'm back at 245-ish. Oh yeah. Can you talk about pick me culture? In a Mo, when you say pick me culture, um, like give me an example. I don't mind talking about it, and y'all can help me talk about it so we can talk about it together. Pick me culture of women who want to appease men. Is that what you mean? Like basically, like the type of person, a type of woman that is gonna try to agree with what any guy is saying for attention. Is that what you mean by pick me? I always get asked, "Are you pregnant? When are you due?" All my weight sits on my stomach. Girl, me too. And after having a C-section, I feel like my stomach goes downward. Like I hate that. That's why I would get it tucked because I feel like when I got my C-section, they cut the belly fat in a way that makes it hang, and I just don't like that. So either that or when I have my next baby, when before I go into labor, I'm gonna have a conversation with the gynecologist and ask them like, "Hey, when you sew this back up, you got to do something to make it look different, okay? I know it's possible. Fix it." And then also, if I'm up to it and I feel well enough, I will try to do wraps around my belly while I'm healing because I didn't know that. I didn't know with the first baby. Now I know so that I can help it compress and go back down. Um, Mine does too after my C-section. It like sags. Yeah, every woman because it's cut. They cut it, and it's just like the stupidest way to cut it. I don't understand. So it's like you have to go get a correction, a menectomy or whatever it's called. It's a terminology for it, like a muscle repair surgery, which I'm gonna figure out if I do it. I wouldn't mind getting a penectomy, where it's considered a muscle repair, where insurance can help cover it because technically what you have is like muscle separation in the stomach where the muscles are loose and you can't repair it on its own because they've separated the muscle to get that baby out. My favorite jeans ripped in the thigh area. Oh no. But is that a weight thing or is that a like your favorite jeans have been worn too much? Cuz if they've been worn too much, then that means that you just got to replace your jeans. Oh. I used to hate that. That used to happen to me in high school all the time. Like I would have jeans that I got from the mall and I love them and they'd have like they little rips on them and they'd be cute and then they end up ripping right in the middle and I'd be so sad cuz once they rip in the middle, you can't wear them like that anymore. And they're not comfortable. Like when you have that hole in the middle and it rubs between your thighs, that crap can cause you to get like chafing in between your legs, and that's so painful. I'm trying to make sure I understand what you want me to talk about before I go into this pick me thing, Mo. I haven't forgot about you. I'm looking it up, and it says the term pick me girl is used to describe a woman who obviously and obsessively works to gain men's attention or acceptance. Typically, a pick me girl talks about how she's not like other women, especially in ways considered typically feminine. Hmm. A common trait of a pick me girl is the constant need for validation from others, especially the opposite sex. If you find yourself constantly fishing for compliments or needing others' approval to feel good about yourself, you might have some pick me girl tendencies. And then there is this article, Signs You May Be a Pick Me Girl. The term pick me girl has become popular in recent years as a way to describe the type of girl who always seeks attention and validation, particularly from the opposite sex. Pick me girls tend to exhibit behaviors in which they put others down to make themselves look for better or try too hard to be liked. Recognizing these traits in oneself can be the first step towards personal growth and healthier relationships. If you think you might be a pick me girl, here are some signs to look out for. Number 1, constantly seeking validation. A common trait of a pick-me girl is the girl who needs constant validation from others, especially the opposite sex. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, I read that already. Putting other girls down. Pick-me girls often look for ways to put other girls down in order to make themselves look better. This can manifest as petty remarks, gossiping, or even publicly shaming other women. If you find yourself belittling other girls, it's time to reconsider your behavior. 2, overcompensating with male-oriented interests. While there's nothing wrong with having hobbies or interests that are typically associated with the opposite sex, pick-me girls often use these interests as a way to stand out, to be more appealing to men. If you find yourself exaggerating or obsessing over these interests purely for the sake of attracting attention, it could be a warning sign. The next one is desperation for relationships and attention. A pick me girl might feel the need to constantly be in a relationship or be receiving romantic attention. If you're always on the lookout for a new partner or have a hard time being single, this could be a red flag. Another one is dismissing another woman's opinions and experience. Pick me girls sometimes can be dismissive of other women's opinions and experiences, especially if they don't match with their own beliefs. You might think you're being unique or edgy, but in reality, you're alienating yourself and perpetuating negative stereotypes. If you feel like you may be a pick me girl, here's some things you could do to address these tendencies: self evaluation, build self esteem, be supportive of others, embrace your authentic interests, maintain healthy boundaries, and seek professional help if necessary. Keep learning and growing. Personal growth is continuous. In conclusion, if you recognize some of these signs in yourself, remember that it's okay to seek personal growth and change. I read most of it and I kind of shortened it up. I know some people on my Facebook that are like that. They literally get on Facebook and they talk about, oh, I would never be like these hoes. I do this, 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 this. I'm so much better than that. Or they like post pictures where they always showing too much skin and stuff like that. And then it'd be a bunch of dudes in the comments hyping them up and stuff like that. And then they always talking about people. Like, I know a couple pick me girls. Anyway, pick me culture is definitely big in this social media generation. I remember at my biggest having to cut clothes off because I couldn't get out. Oh my gosh. D, you gotta do what you gotta do. Girl, yes, because it ain't nothing like having your arm stuck in a shirt and you can't get it out. Or the hole is too small and you done squeezed your head and your boobs in there and you can't get it off. I hate that. I've not cut my clothes. I just ask for help. I'll be like, Des, can you help me get out of this? And then he'll help me get out. I'll be so sad about to cut my favorite thing. So me in middle school, yeah, because young girls be wanting attention because they're young and they want validation from their peers. And I feel like all ages and sexes at some point go through a pick me syndrome because you want people to like you want people to accept you for who you are, and you want to feel like you matter to people outside of your family at some point. But I think it comes a point in time where you have to get to know yourself as an individual and be enough of assured by who you are that you don't care, you know, if people like you or not. You're going to just be you. And I think some people don't outgrow those high school mindsets of trying to be popular, trying to be the most liked, trying to be the most cute or whatever. And they get caught up in the facade of pretending to be the it girl. And I think if they feel like the next person is competition for them for whatever reason, then they're going to find a reason not to like that girl or try to take her out in front of others, or take that opportunity to try to talk down on them. The young girls these days are different than when I was growing up. There's no way I would have had lashes and a full set at 12. Yeah, because I was at the nail salon this week and it was a girl in there getting a full gel pedicure, SNS, all of that, all the whole works. And these young girls be looking like they 19 and they be 14. I saw this video on Twitter from TikTok with these little girls. They had to be like 9 or 10. They had on little wigs, lace front wigs, playing in wigs. My mama would never let me put no wig on when I was their age. I think they grow up too fast. And I don't know, social media is not helping because our kids are growing up watching people that are grown and, they want to be like what they see. I couldn't even have color in my braids when I was 12 without mixing it with black, and I couldn't have a lot of it. I had color in my hair when I was, I think, 16. I was in 11th grade. The first time I had pink. I wanted to be like Nicki Minaj because she had that pink bob. So my sister did a sew-in for me and put some pink in it. I'm not really a Nicki fan as much now, I don't think. I don't dislike her, but I'm not really a stan of anybody. Speaking of that, did y'all see Usher perform at the Super Bowl this weekend? What did y'all think? Do y'all want to go to his concert? I want to try to go, but the way these people are gouging these tickets, I have a bone to pick with Ticketmaster because I'm going to tell on myself and say I was able to see how much pre-sale tickets were just out of curiosity. And the nosebleed tickets in Atlanta were going for $150, which is a fair price. Now, all of the seats for the October shows have been sold and resold by verified resellers. The nosebleed seats that are currently on pre-sale for $150 are now $240 and up to $300 to sit in the damn 200 sections of the arena where you can't see and are going to have to watch the entire show on a damn screen. The tickets that were in the 100 section, which is a good section where you can visually see the stage from your seat, but you're not on the floor, those seats were going for $300. Now, for the October shows, all of those seats are verified resold anywhere between $500 and $1,000, depending on where the seat is. My bone to pick with Ticketmaster is this. Why do y'all keep on putting every concert? And it's not just Usher. It's Usher, it's Beyonce, it's Drake, it's Chris Brown. It don't matter who it is. Every concert that I've been trying to go to over the last year, every time I try to get a damn ticket, they put it on pre-sale. The pre-sale people come in with Citibank, Verizon, or whatever else they have, and they come and buy up all the tickets. And then when it goes on for general sale 2 days later, there are no tickets left at an affordable price range. In my opinion, these ticket companies should only allow for pre-sale to be able to get access to 50% of the seats. They should do 50% of the floor seats, 50% of the general seating where it's not in the nosebleeds, and 50% of nosebleeds. And then after that, they should release the rest of the seats to the general public so that everybody has an opportunity to buy tickets for a fair price. Because I guarantee you, out of the sales that took place during pre-sale, over 50% of those people are not even going to the concert. They are just buying the tickets so they can come up and sell them to somebody else for more than what it's worth. And then what ends up happening is people who are really genuine fans, they end up saying, forget it, I'm not going. That costs too much. And then maybe within 30 days of the show, you start seeing it really, 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 really cheap on StubHub or Game Time app or wherever else because people get frustrated and they don't want to go to the concert anymore because Why am I paying $300 to go sit in section 215W in the back when the ticket is really supposed to be $150? It's crazy. All I'm saying is they got to figure out a way to stop doing this and all this waiting in the queue and doing all these different things to try to get a ticket. Like, why are we doing all of this? Like, why come I can't just get my ticket and go? Why is it we doing all this to go and see Usher, Beyonce, Drake, Chris Brown, everybody? My friend, one of my basketball mom friends, she actually went and saw Chris Brown in Atlanta this week. I wanted to go to that concert, but it had went up. It went from 150 to 350. She told me she scored her seats really cheap this week, the day of. And I'm like, I should have did the same thing. I should have known, because that's what happened when Beyonce came here. Her tickets got really low that Friday and Saturday. They weren't cheap on Monday. So rant over, but I was very interested in seeing Usher. I feel like he did great at the Super Bowl, and I'm a fan of his music. But I just don't want to pay $300 for a nosebleed. Like, if I'm gonna pay $300, I want to be able to actually see. I don't mind paying for a nosebleed. I'm not too bougie for the nosebleed. But what I'm saying is, if I'm gonna pay for a nosebleed seat, I want to pay a nosebleed price. I don't want to pay over $200 after fees for a ticket where I have to look at the concert on the screen. I don't mind looking at a concert on the screen. Look, I come from humble beginnings. My first concerts were at Birthday Bash Atlanta, and my dad bought me and my friends nosebleed seats, but all three of us was there having a good time. So I don't mind. But them tickets was like $40 back then. Now I understand we in inflated days and times, but in my opinion, a nosebleed seat should run between $75 plus tax and $150 plus tax. If I have to watch it on a screen, I should not be paying more than $200 for my ticket. I don't care who it is. I don't know what's going on with Ticketmaster, but they're getting over on us. It's not right, and it's not really even fair to pre-sale tickets. I honestly feel like if it's pre-sale, they should restrict the number of tickets allowed to be sold to 2 tickets. And I hate to say it, because it might be somebody genuinely purchasing 8 tickets for their family or their best friends so they can all go watch. But it's too many seats that are on verified resale right now, right here in Atlanta, for all 3 shows, for those to be genuine fans who bought them tickets. Meanwhile, you got people who really want to go and they're not trying to resell the tickets. They not able to go see it because y'all let all these bots come in and get over. Anyway, let me read y'all's comments because I was ranting. Exactly. 12 is crazy. She tried to put Leia in her own crib. She opened her eyes and shook her head no and said no. Oh, I used to. I want to grow up too bad, and I want to go back. Girl, I want to go back too. I was just telling Des that either yesterday or the day before. I was like, I want to go back to being Saya age. Saya want to grow up so bad. He said that the adults have the most fun and he don't want to be a kid anymore. I said I would trade to be your age and have the opportunities you have, because I'm tired of being grown. Grown bills and grown responsibilities is not what I thought it was. I didn't play my cards right in life. Let me go back and do it again, because I would do so many things different. First off, I wouldn't even be in these shoes. I would have took YouTube seriously when I was in college. I wouldn't have had no baby while I was still in college. I would have done so many things differently. It's not to say I don't love my family and all that, but I see the what I could have done differently that would have caused me to be in different spots and move a little bit faster. Um, and have a longer selfish season. I feel like I should have enjoyed being Yosha longer. I think I was a pick me. I was reading that reading that signs you may be a pick me. That one that got me was the one that said you always want to be in a relationship. That was my pick me. I wanted someone to be my boyfriend. I wanted someone to be my boyfriend. I didn't want to be single. I wasn't the type that was tearing other women down and trying to make myself feel better than the next person. At least in my eyes, I've always been a girl's girl. Um, you know, but I feel like I always wanted to be in a relationship. like always. And I feel like I should have spent more time finding out who I was and not trying to figure out how to be the best girlfriend for somebody else. Because in that, I didn't spend enough time getting to know me and what I wanted. And now I'm at a state where I'm getting older and I'm sure of myself in ways that I wasn't when I was younger, my teens and early 20s. And now my position is different because I'm a wife and a mother. And so while I can be selfish in some ways, I can't be 100% selfish like I could have been when I was a single person with no children. So I say that to say, yeah, like I wish I could go back to being a kid without responsibilities. Um, let's see. I was 15 and I gained permission to wear light mascara and crackle nail polish in middle school. I forgot about crackle nail polish, D. Oh my gosh. Same. Like, why did I want to grow up without adult bills? I don't know. I just wanted to do adult travel and adult things. Like, how the movies made it seem. The movies made adulting seem like it was the shit, okay? Let's talk about how we were scammed. Adulting never looked like what we got handled with, okay? Like, I feel like, okay, first of all, it was so cool because I caught the live and it was at 1 hour, 11 minutes, and 11 seconds. I don't know, did anybody else catch that too, or was it just me? Comment down below, let me know. But I just feel like we got the worst of inflation. We got the worst of what jobs want to pay us. Stuff costs too much. $3,000. Let's talk about the number 3,000. I have now purchased 3 cars for $3,000. $3,000 used to get you so much more than what it gets you now. You have to really, really do some research to find a car for $3,000. But I digress. I just feel like the money don't money like it used to money. Like I remember being able to go to the store with $75 or $50 and leave the grocery store with bags of food and food that would probably last for over a week. Now, $50 may not be enough to make you food for a week. Cause stuff has gotten so expensive. Like a loaf of bread is $5 unless you're getting some generic bread. And sometimes I like Sara Lee. I don't want to get generic bread because it don't taste like anything. Like getting breakfast food. That used to be cheap. Going to get a pack of breakfast breakfast meat. Yes, I eat pork still, but bacon has gotten ridiculous. Why is a pack of bacon $9 for the good bacon? Yes, you could probably buy some cheap bacon for less than that, but if you like bacon and you like Oscar Mayer, Oscar Mayer bacon $9. I didn't get it this time. Your girl done started eating sausages because sausages are cheaper. But don't let them hear you say that because then that'll be expensive too. I just feel like stuff has gotten super expensive. And I don't remember it being that expensive when I was a kid. My mama would say no a lot, but it wasn't as expensive back then as it is now. You could go get milk, eggs, cheese, and all of that stuff was cheap back then. And it ain't cheap now. Hell, if you make a pan of mac and cheese for Thanksgiving, you might spend $50 on all the ingredients. $50 don't do nothing. The only person I stand is Jesus Christ. I know that's right. I remember I tried to wear clear gloss, and my mom was like, "You think you grown?" My daughter had pink and black knotless braids, 5, and my nana had an issue, and I told her I'd rather see kids with colors in their hair, blue, pink, green, rather than grown adults. Honestly, Brandy, I don't know if you're still on here, but I agree with you. I feel like little girls should be able to wear heart braids and like colorful extensions and things like that because they're kids. Just like little non-black girls can put like a little strip of fake colored hair and sparkles and glitter and things. That's part of being a kid. You have your childhood to be fun and whimsical and put on your princess dress and your rain boots and a crown because you're a kid. Like even with little boys, they can dress themselves and try different things and different haircuts and put a zigzag on the side because they're kids. When you grow up and you become grown, you're going to be told what you can't do, what color you can't have in your hair, on your nails, what's not appropriate for the workplace. Like, let little kids be little kids, because they're going to one day grow up and be an adult that's going to have to conform to what society requires them to be, unless they create a way for themselves. And realistically, every child, every person can't create their own wave where they can be free to do whatever they want to do. It's just not the way the world is set up. There's a small percentage of us who can step out and be that, unicorn, and you can live like that. And then the rest of us, we have to go and find something that we love in somebody else's guardrails and rules. So I 100% don't have an issue with it. I don't think that's grown. I don't think having purple braids make you grown. I think seeing little girls with eyelashes and extensions and a bust down curl, like looking like a woman, that makes them look grown, not them doing things like what you said. To me, that's not grown. But we grew up with them old school parents that wouldn't let us do stuff. Because like I said, my mama wasn't going for any type of color, and it was girls in school with me who had color and 27 piece with blonde and red, the whole Keisha Cole red and blonde hair. I used to be like, oh man, I want some color. So I was thrilled when I finally got to high school and my sister was able to put that pink in my hair, because my mama wasn't going for it. But anyway, I love Usher the Super Bowl too. Yes, I did too. I wish they stopped doing that. All they do is resell them. Girl, exactly. Babe, did I tell you this yesterday? I put a code that I found online, like pretending like I was Citibank for the Usher tickets. And the nosebleed seats that I had told you about for August was only $150. Do you remember when I showed you it was like almost 300? So do you understand what's happening? Is all the pre-sellers is getting them cheaper and they selling it for double.
Yeah, they're just flipping them. They taking market value and making it higher and then forcing everybody to pay it so they make a bigger profit.
But that's terrible. I'm not paying that.
Yeah, that's the only way people make it work is by not paying it. Otherwise, they're going to keep doing it.
Can we sue Ticketmaster?
No. Because, you can't tell people that they can't buy multiple tickets.
And that's where they should. Like, I feel like pre-sale should be limited to 2 tickets per account holder. And that would limit.
If I say I'm buying for a group and I buy 30 tickets and
no.
That's what I'm saying.
No, you can't buy 30 tickets.
Buy in groups and you buy for 30 tickets.
They shouldn't allow that for pre-sale. They should allow them to buy 2 to 4 tickets.
Yeah,
one transaction.
Ticketmaster is not gonna block that money. 30 tickets. I'm gonna take the person buying 30 tickets over the person buying one, because you're buying 30 tickets at least $110 a pop. You're gonna net me over $3,000. Why am I not going?
And then you're reselling it to somebody for $300. Right. So and why am I paying $300?
Now they're gonna net themselves $9,000, because at this point, most people are not gonna be financially responsible enough to say, I don't need to go to the concert that bad as to pay triple the price. Most people want the experience, and they will go out and find a way to make it work, even if they throw themselves in the debt to do so.
He said, if I'm paying $300, I better be able to smell his sweat. $300. $300 was a seat in the 100s where you could actually see the stage. I've sat in that section before. They are getting over. They're making a $300 ticket $1,000. No. Which means the floor seats were probably like $600, and those are like $2,000 once they resell it. They did the same thing with Beyonce. I'm not paying it. They can get somebody else to do it. I like Usher a lot, and I'd be really thrilled to see him. His concert is probably going to be the equivalent of going to see Beyonce last year, but for millennials. Like, I think Beyonce's fans go beyond millennials. Like, she has a lot of different communities of people that love her. But I just don't want to overpay. Like, I'm sorry. I don't want to pay so much money for the tickets. Like, I just don't. I don't feel like it's responsible, and I just don't feel like it's worth it. And after I saw that, the pre-sale tickets were going for half of what I'm seeing after it goes live for a public sale, I just don't want to pay that money. Why should I? Why should I pay that much for a seat where we can't see? And I almost bought my tickets for October, and something told me wait. I just don't feel like that's a good idea. I feel like it's a rip. So I would love to go. I think that it would be a good gift for me to go and see Usher perform. But hey, I'll live. Like, just like I wanted to see Chris Brown and I didn't go see him because they raised the price of them tickets to $300 and I wasn't paying it. Because Chris Brown was also $150. So it's like when they keep raising the prices, they're going to lose me as a customer, because I feel like if you spending $1,000 on some tickets, you should be able to go to 4 or 5 concerts for that amount. You should not be paying that for one person, unless you are like VIP, food, drinks included, and meet and greet at the end where you get to meet the celebrity and take a picture with them. Like, you're not even getting nothing special and you paying all that money. It's just not worth it. And Drake is coming. Well, Drake ain't coming to Atlanta. I don't know if you like Drake, D, but he gonna be in San Antonio on March 15th. And his tickets are high. People done did the verified resale and just that way is making the tickets super expensive. Like, I hate when they do that. Why are they doing this to us? Everything's verified resale. It's a seat in the back and it's $400. Like, why is it $400? Make it make sense, guys. All right, y'all. I'm done venting about tickets. I'm sorry. He's okay. I'm not a huge fan, but I've actually never been to a concert. Oh, wow. Well, if you have anybody that's your favorite, I would recommend trying it. But if you don't like crowds of people, then I understand, because concerts are definitely crowds of people. Like, so if that's not your vibe, you probably would not like a concert. And then festivals are similar, but they're outside. So it's still crowds of people, but it's a little bit less stressful, because, well, it can still be stressful actually, because honestly, it's easier to get lost. I thought Chris Brown was in town. Now I'm looking to see who else is coming. Oh wow, NDRE is gonna be here this weekend. Wow. That's amazing. I kind of want to go see her. That would be so cool. It's only a few tickets left. It's at 6:00. $198, $187. I wouldn't mind going to see her. I'm gonna ask Desmond if he want to go see NDRE. That's kind of cool. I got distracted looking. I clicked on R&B and I was trying to see who was coming. Tamia and Joe are coming. Anybody coming on my birthday? No. Usher is going. Usher added 3 more shows. He'll be here on the 14th, the 16th, and 17th of August. I wouldn't mind going to his show on Saturday. Arrived 10 minutes early. Hmm. Wish me luck. I'll try tomorrow. Hey, Queen. How are you? Did you have a good birthday? Are you interested in going to see Usher? That's what we were talking about. I was looking at tickets. I love India, but I don't know her new songs. I don't know her new songs either. I honestly would be going to see if she's gonna sing The Truth and I'm Not My Hair and chocolate something. The song with Music Soul Child. In addition to whatever else new she has. But her tickets aren't that expensive. I bet they're gonna keep going down if she hasn't sold them all yet. And he was saying he sold the tickets out, and I'm like, no, you didn't sell them out. People started gouging. Like, why is your tickets? I'm hovering over. It's $700 to sit in the damn 100 section. That's crazy to me. Like, they are getting over, and I hate this for us. Like, why would I want to pay $500 to go see Usher and sit in the nosebleeds? Because I don't want to go by myself, so I'm just like, ugh. These tickets are expensive. Let's see. VIP bar experience. 1 general admission ticket to the show. Exclusive VIP bar section. Access to the VIP bar throughout the show. Drink ticket not included. VIP bar wristband. VIP laminate lanyard. Tour poster. Gift item. Pre-show merch shopping. Photo op in front of VIP backdrop. Early entrance into venue. Dedicated VIP entries were available. On-site VIP hosts located by VIP art section. Hmm. Oh wow. Meet and greet, 1 premium reserve ticket in the first 3 rows. Like snacks, 2 drink tickets included. See, that's worth $1,000, but they're not even talking about that. They just charging $1,000 because the resellers done got to them. So aggravated. They're gonna be at State Farm Arena. If you're asking me about India is gonna be at Center Stage this Sunday at 6 o'clock. I'm thinking about going. When Des gets out the shower, I'm gonna ask him if he wants to go. But I gotta figure out ooh, Sire's on fall break. He could spend the night with someone. Maybe. It could be like a belated Valentine's Day thing for the 2 of us because we didn't get to celebrate because we were having car issues last night. I want to go, but I don't want to overpay for my tickets, Queen. Oh, no, Nashville. You got to come to Atlanta, girl. Come on up and do a road trip. Well, if you come, you got to stay for the weekend because that's a far drive just to turn back around. Or you could fly. I did say the ticket prices are crazy. They are. And the pre-sale tickets were so much cheaper, but they resold them. They're getting over on this, girl. Mm-hmm. Listen, I was born the days I could go see 10 artists for 101. They don't do too many concerts nowadays. The prices are too crazy. Exactly. I remember used to go to Birthday Bash and we used to pay $50 and you could see every concert that was hot every artist that was hot that year for that $50. Now people want to charge you $100 just to park. You parking your car for $100 if you pay for your parking at the last minute, and then the concert is another $400 if you want to sit up in the nosebleeds and watch the concert on the screen. Oh, but we have $120 standing room only where you can stand and have sore feet and listen without being able to see the stage at all. That's the type of stuff we do now. And we've been dumb enough to pay for it, so they keep getting away with it. Listen, I want to go to an all inclusive instead. I know that's right. Get you some custom entertainment with some people you don't know that have a nice face. Because they doing the most. Usher, you hurting my feelings with these tickets. Now, I will say the Thursday resales are much, 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 much cheaper than everybody else. So right now, Thursday in October is looking like the best option. The VIP pit has sold out. It is sold out completely. So, worst case scenario, I might just go ahead and go to that Thursday show and plan to take that Friday off. Because the Thursday tickets, the cheapest ones are like $230 before tax. But I'll be honest and say I really didn't want to go on the Thursday. I wanted to go Friday or Saturday because that way I don't have to, do anything extra that's gonna like make stuff inconvenient for me in any way, or be tired of having to work the next day or having to use an extra day off. Like I didn't want to have to do that. I just wanted to be able to enjoy the concert. Now Sunday, they actually have some cheap tickets on Sunday. It's $225. But again, it's not the weekend. Got to work the next day going to a concert. 207. But they do got some tickets for the low low. For the low low, if you want to sit in the back. In the bike. Why is it? I saw something that said row L. This is row L. Oh, I see. If you buy 2 tickets. Yeah. I'm gonna check tomorrow and see what I can find. And in worst case scenario, I guess I can buy the Sunday ones. Might as well listen at home in comfort. So y'all ain't gonna pay. How much is the most you would want to pay to go see Usher? I say the most I'd want to pay per ticket is $300. But preferably, if I'm sitting in the nosebleeds, I would prefer to pay closer to 200 because I feel like like the vibes is gonna be there. It's gonna be fun. You might get there and they might not be paying attention, and you can move down in a different section because they don't be paying attention. But I would prefer not to overpay for the tickets. 260 maybe. Yeah, I just saw 225, so I was like, okay. After that Super Bowl, prices went up. No, after they put that stuff on pre-sale, prices went up because all of the pre-sale Citibank and Verizon holders came and bought all the tickets and they raised the price. I don't feel like it was the Super Bowl that made it go up, to be honest. Because it was a good performance, but it wasn't like... The halftime show?
It was a
Dad
halftime.
said he think it's the
It's a
halftime show.
and a residency.
Man, the residency, yeah. It's the fact that it's exactly for me who didn't make the residency, who didn't want to go to Vegas. That's why, but not that Super Bowl. I already was an Usher fan before the Super Bowl.
But what I'm saying is, it's a lot of people who had not seen Usher perform live at all. But it's also the fact that he performed live while singing himself, not singing over a track.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a thing that makes you want to go see somebody perform live based on the live performances you're getting now.
I understand. I mean, I've seen Usher perform at a combined concert before where he had his own set and he could sing.
What I mean, are now trying to get tickets.
Oh, well. Usher been that guy. Please. They late. Is someone opening for him? I don't know. I would love if he brought out like her or, you know, the people we saw at the Super Bowl, and depending on each city, he could switch it up. Like I could see him doing the City Girls in Miami because they're there already. And like, you know, in Atlanta, he probably would bring out Lil Jon, Ludacris. Who else is Atlanta based that he's worked with before? I don't know. I think he could switch it up based on whatever city, especially if someone that he's touring with is there in that city. I could really see that being something that he could do to make it different. And I heard Chris Brown's concert was amazing, and he brought out a bunch of different people. I've seen Chris Brown perform though, and he always brings out people every concert. Listen, my mom used to be on my butt for all that, but she had salt and pepper, haircut, and all that stuff. Yeah, our parents always was at Freaknik and doing everything else, but then when we wanted to grow up, we were being fast. But y'all, I'm getting sleepy and I need to go to bed so I can get up early and be productive tomorrow. I'm so glad we got to talk and catch up. And y'all make sure y'all go watch my vlog that I just posted. It's in the description box. I'm going to be getting all my videos up so I can catch y'all up on how life has been lifing, and we can just talk to each other in the comments about everything. But I will be going live again soon. It's always nice catching up with y'all and just sharing what's going on with me and hearing what's going on with y'all and just us talking about whatever. I hope that y'all have a really good weekend. And, you know, I pray that everybody who's kind of shared that they've been having life too, that it gets a little bit better for y'all. Cause, you know, it gets tough when it's like back to back of like problems or just stress. I get it. That's definitely been me and does for the last few months. But good night, y'all. And if you're still here and you didn't like the video already, go ahead and do that too so the algorithm can keep sharing our conversation. Good night. Later. Good night.